Now, I have to admit, I'm actually really excited. This is good for me. They're saying that April the 14th, or Jeff Horn has announced on his Facebook that April the 14th, 2018, he's going to be defending his WBO 147-pound title against Terence Crawford. Now, we all knew this was coming, but we didn't expect New York. I'm hype, and here's some more news. They're working on getting Manny Pacquiao on that card. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Let's go back down memory lane. Please subscribe.
Former Nebraska kicker Sam Foltz's father, Terence Crawford, an Omaha native, second round against Julius Ndongo on the attack. Crawford landed 59% of his power punches in this fight. Sends Ndongo to the canvas in the second round. Ndongo's a guy who explodes.
Now, many people are not giving Jeff Horn a chance outside of the people in his homeland. But however, people like Paulie Malignaggi and also some other media members, I forgot, are saying now, wait a minute, even though Terence Crawford is good, Jeff Horn is huge, and, he's a natural 147-pounder. Jeff Horn is slightly being overlooked. Now, in my opinion, I feel that Jeff Horn can't beat Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford can choose to play keep away and outbox him and not go into the slugging that every now and then, like we've seen with Dirijan, we've seen with Hank Lundy, we've seen with Yurkis Gamboa. Terence Crawford likes to get in on the inside and slug, but he can fight like he did with Victor Postol and just simply outbox and school Jeff Horn if he wants to, and turn Jeff Horn into the pressure fighter. From my understanding, that Manny Pacquiao didn't put in a full training camp, for Jeff Horn. They didn't take Jeff Horn seriously. They went through the motions to lose weight, and Jeff Horn was not supposed to be in the situation that he's in today. But Jeff Horn has gained a huge following over there in Australia, and basically he has a whole country on his back. This is what he posted on his social media. As you can see, this is his official page, Jeff Horn. I'm always grateful for all the support I get from everyone, and I want as many people at Madison Square Garden supporting me as possible. To make sure you don't miss out, register now. Now, basically, what this is him and his team are putting together travel packages, for people to come over to New York. Here's what he posted just the other day. It worked for me. It worked well for me at this point. 18-12, 0-1. Well, 18 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, 12 KOs. I can't fight without my Isabel by my side, his belt. Now, this is New York in the background. This is a newspaper clipping. So over there, even though it hasn't fully been officially not announced here in the United States, over there, and he is the champion, he has the right to announce it. They're like, listen, it's official. Let's get everybody ready. Send some prayers, start packing all y'all shit. We're going to New York in April. It's word that it's going to be Horn versus Crawford, and they're trying to get Pacquiao versus Alvarado and then the winners fight each other unless they work out a deal, which they are, in some talks. They are in talks for Pacquiao to fight Lomachenko. But this is the Crawford versus Horn video. Now, looking at the 147-pound division, Jeff Horn is not respected, and the other champions, it's only 2 of them. It's Keith Thurman, WBC and WBA, and Errol Spence are not concerned about him or Terence Crawford until they say Terence Crawford beats him. They picked Terence Crawford to beat him, but many are questioning, will Terence Crawford, because of the political issues with him being top ranked and exclusively to ESPN, will guys who are Showtime, Al Heyman, fight Terence Crawford? And the way things are looking right now is we may not see a Earl Spence or a Terence Crawford or a Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman or even a Sean Porter or any of those guys until at least I'm going to say 2019. Because as you know, Errol Spence is after Keith Thurman, and he looks like he's not going to get that fight until sometime, maybe the very, very end of this year. I'm talking December if Keith Thurman has a 3-fight 2018 or in early 2019. So Terence Crawford is going to have to go through the motions of fighting these guys, in the top 15 of the WBO if he wins. The same for Jeff Horn. Now, if Jeff Horn wins, of course they're going to try to go that Pacquiao rematch. Basically, Jeff Horn is kind of screwed Because the way things are looking, especially with his ESPN TV deal over here, his last fight against Garrick Cochran was televised. It came on about 7:30 or so in the morning over here. So right now it's 2:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January the 23rd. Basically, he's going to have to, if he beats Terence Crawford, there will likely be a rematch. Now, we're just saying if. Then after that, they're going to give him the Pacquiao again. Then no telling God knows who they're going to feed him to. So the way it's looking right now, even if it is all this talk about, Terence Crawford versus the Thurmans and the Porters and the Garcias and the Errol Spences, don't expect for any of those fights to happen in 2018. And I highly doubt in the first half of 2019, ashamed to say, However, Jeff Horn hasn't seemed too confident about this fight. There was some talk of him versus Anthony Mundine, but Anthony Mundine is now fighting at 168, and he's now going to be getting a ranking up there. So that fight, really wasn't realistic, and also he would have had to drop his belt, meaning Jeff Horn, or come up with some type of step-aside money, which I doubt they would have, to pay Terence Crawford to step aside so the Mundine fight can go on and him not be stripped, but it wasn't going to happen. Also, if you look at Jeff Horn's training and everything, it was sad that before his last fight against Garrick Cochran, he had lost 15 pounds in fight week, some shit like that. That's some crazy ass shit. He just had a baby, and you got to think, going into this fight, what kind of confidence is he going to have when everybody's saying he's going to lose, or everybody's saying that we all knew this was going to happen, that they was going to give you your one defense, and then he was going to go on to fight Terence Crawford. So I'm wondering what his mindset is going to be, and if he's going to go into the ring scared. He didn't go into the ring scared against Pacquiao, and they said Pacquiao was going to kill him. And remember, at one point in time, in between rounds, what was that, rounds 8 and 9, or rounds 9 and 10, I forgot, when they were about to stop the fight, he was getting his ass whipped. When he showed he had second win, even in his title defense, he was slowing down. He showed he had some second win. So, according to his social media, he's like, listen, the fight is happening. We're just waiting for ESPN, not ESPN, Top Rank to officially announce it. But anyway, when it's announced, obviously I'm going to be doing another video, and it's going to be many videos from here on out. I haven't decided if I'm going to the fight. Because I would rather cover it from home, but I will be at some type of fight week events. Also, if you're interested in helping out in any way, shape, or form, we need help here at Fight View 360, especially in that New York area, because there's always something going on. Now, understand these media events happen in the daytime, normally around noon, or so. Around noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So you have to have that type of availability. So feel free to contact me at info@fightview360.com. You can send me a message on Twitter. There's my stuff popping up right there on the screen, my social media. You can send me a message on Facebook. I don't care. Obviously, you have to leave your name and your location, and of course, something a little bit about yourself and your work schedule. So I was at Crawford versus Diaz. As media, and I haven't been to a top-ranked fight since. I chose not to go to Loma versus Rigo because I wanted to cover that from home, and it was very beneficial to do so. So I'm thinking the same thing with this fight. But I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. If I was to give my prediction today, obviously, because of his skills, I'm going to say that Terence Crawford is going to win, but I'm not going to just sit here and say that Jeff Horn is going to get, is going to lose and just stick to it, because we've seen that he wasn't supposed to beat Pacquiao. But in my heart, I feel that Terence Crawford should outbox him. Terence Crawford can beat him from the inside, my understanding, and from the outside. But also, how is Terence Crawford's chin going to hold up at 147? Can you imagine him taking some of the shots he's taking at smaller divisions against a Keith Thurman, or Errol Spence? But once again, there's no point in talking about those fights, because those fights are not happening in 2018. That's wishful thinking. I'm TstreeT Controversy. Please subscribe.